December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh boy. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's prove Edgeworth innocent. I'm sure this will go without a hitch. Karma. That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Oh, well, that's just fantastic. He is a god of prosecution, Wright. A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything! That has terrifying implications. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Humph! Don't make me get all pompous. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Slam dunk! He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Yeah, that's actually pretty cold-blooded. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! How old is this dude? He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya, we could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh, I can't. Sorry, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. Well, it's not that bad, it's okay. I'll figure something out. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? That is nothing. I'm just trying to commune with the dead because they're better at this than I am. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Good luck to everybody involved. Oh boy. Let's see if I can do this crazy dance. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. ... Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Yeah, well, to be fair, that doesn't seem like the hardest thing to do. The judge is very easily led around. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of the case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Well, generally, that's the easiest part of any case, at least the ones in my experience. Admittedly, I've only had 3, but you know what I mean. Describe the incident, now! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. Alright, I'm looking at that map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve. That is extremely dark. Around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then, the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Okay, Overhead map added to the court record. Okie dokie. Speaking of which, it's been a while since I've seen the court record. What do I got in there? Alright, I got Lotta's camera. Actually, I'm just gonna look over everything again one more time, make sure I know everything. Okay. Sets to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected, faces the lake. Time of death, sometimes on the 24th or 25th. Cause, 1 bullet to the shot to the heart. Taken automatically on 12:25 at 12:15 a.m. Okay. And we know there's a second picture, but for some reason we don't have that. And this is Misty Faye's photo. Not sure that's gonna help me out right now. The Gordy article. Not sure about that. And the overhead map. Okay. I think we're good. Testify to the court about your arrest. Now. Wait. Mr. von Karma? Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. He's even got the finger waggle thing, too. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. Oh, great. This guy's a big ol' stick in the curmudgeon-y muds. Very well. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Poor judge. Alright, so I'm guessing that man that called in was your original witness? Can you tell me anything about that gent? That'd just be the best. You received a call from a man? Are you sure it wasn't some form of Bigfoot creature? Yup. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Sweet merciful mammy jammies! The hell is up with that voice? That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Erkin Bracken! Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping. Lotta hot! What happened next, detective? I just gotta keep pressing on all the things. Gumshoe doesn't really typically have a lot of contradictions. He's just sort of stating the facts. Okay, what do you mean you headed there as fast as you could? How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake, as I scratch my chin? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. Wow, that's fast. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Stop with the creepy voice! Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Do that and you'll be able to look forward to your next salary review. Sheesh. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for daydreaming! Continue! Yes, sir. Man, this guy's a butt. Okay, that's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was he doing? Where was he exactly? Why was he there? What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him there? Or then, whatever. Well, from what I saw, you looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. And, of course, yeah. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion! How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective! Hard, cold, objective facts! Yes, sir. I decided to give him the most unfitting voice ever. Man, he's got his share of objections. Indeed he does. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Hold it right there, Mr. Gumshoe. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective! The court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I've never heard so many flippant comments from a detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now! The next morning, a body was found in the lake. All right. And yeah, that was that Hammond fellow, right? Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. Okay, that falls in line with the autopsy. Wait, then why did he hear 2? Wait, okay, so she heard 2 shots, but he got shot once. Okay, well, that's something to point out. He was shot through the heart, fatally, and he was to blame. Judge, here's the bullet. I didn't strike bone, so it shot. Sorry, I mean it. I'm not a murderer. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. So what, did it get stopped by the organs? I kind of figure if you manage to shoot someone in the heart and not hit a bone, you've got to be pretty good aim. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. All right, well, let's just press this one more time. Well, why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol! Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. Oh, hey, you didn't object for once. The murder weapon we found in the boat was the decisive evidence. Okay, how exactly is it decisive? What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk! Back! He has that same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. Well, poo-peas. What? Okay, why were they specifically saying right hand, though? Hang on. Can I tell who's holding this thing from there? Hang on. Nope. I can't really tell what hand that is. Crud in a basket. Alright, fine. Well, I still feel like that's gonna come in handy at some point. So, Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. I kind of like the voice I've given this guy. Members of the court! We now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective! Yes, sir? Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking! To imagine someone here does not know something about basic ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. I get the feeling he glares at a lot of things. Tisk, very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Okay. Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. I was unaware that was a thing that existed. Assuming this isn't, fake law things. I know a lot of the stuff going on here ain't gonna fly in a real courthouse. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed! This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Huh. Well, by Jove, by gum, I dare say that's some freakishly solid evidence. We might be doomed. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However... Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle! You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge! Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess? No! But wait, Just make your flimsy gobble and get on with it, man! Yes! Ahem, this court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Well, clearly Von Karma. He's made that abundantly clear with his shrill, girly voice. Alright, Edgeworth. What the ever-loving hell? Why is your fingerprints on the murder weapon? What's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? Huh. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. I'm not gonna convince anyone of that. Say, Maya. Eh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? That's not what I was trying to get a point across. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, definitely. I can seriously say, yeah, you're useless, the frig? No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everybody has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck's gonna run out. Really? Whoa! Right! Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops! Haha! Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that in front of him. Welp. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes! Will Miss Lotta take the stand? Why does this voice sound so familiar? I'm mimicking something I heard on TV once, I'm sure. Lotta, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Yep, very well. Your testimony, please. Alright, let's see what we got in this thingamaroo. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then, there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on that lake but that boat. Okay, why'd you hear two bangs? Enough! Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is the photo, accepted as evidence. Okay, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Theoretically, we don't know. Order! I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she... Oh, sorry, I forgot this. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. 3 exclamation points for emphasis. Order! Order, order! I'll have some fries. I will have order and fries. Well, Judge. The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant. Hey, I didn't even get a thing, man. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? None that, well, other than the 2 shots, but I don't really think that's a contradiction. I mean, a contradiction is something that is not true when compared to something else. I guess I got something. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I don't really know, but if I don't say anything right now, the case is over. So let's just roll with this. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, well, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. Like the dark side of the force is all up in my face. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Ha! Oh, that's dark. Okay, well, let's give it a go-go. Okay. It was Christmas Eve just after midnight. Can I press everything? Because I like to be, you know, cover all my bases. Is he going to yell at me if I do this? Because I don't know. Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Yeah, well, yeah. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. Okay, well, I didn't get a strike up against me, so that's all well and good. Why were you in your car? Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Well, I know what she was looking for meteors. Let's press further anyway. I've got nothing to lose. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Ah, he's yelling at me again. You and your slick back. What does the witness motive to camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now I'm the one who says that. Well, let's say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Fantabulific. I heard this bang come up from the lake. Oh, did you now? So, you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. Yeah, so why were there 2 shots? If she was straight, I mean, if it was so clear cut, like, how could anybody, like, look at this photo. Are you trying to tell me that someone managed to duck out of that window? I don't think so. It would have taken a shot. Someone was only shot once, so something is up here. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. He's being a grandiose buttwad. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Oh, did you now? Or is your fro a den of lies? Could you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Well, no, it's a lot of fog. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. He is hiding something funky fresh up in there. Okay, there was another bang. What's up with that? Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions! Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble! Von Karma, I think I hate you. Wow! That's so direct. I wish he said it out loud. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Interesting. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Or was there? Are you sure about that? And, oh, okay. Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. Well, I got nothing else to go on. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... And then there's an objection. Yeah, okay. Mr. Wright! The witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. Oh, crud, was I supposed to... Crab cakes! It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor! You keep your promise! Mr. Wright, I am afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick, real fishy. I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do? Yes, words are my only weapon, man. I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who said that? Oh yeah, who was that? It was me! Maya, is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth! This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down! The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta! What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough! Judge! Declare the defense in contempt of court! Ah, poopy, why'd you go and do that, Maya? I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. Poopy. No. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Huh? What's the difference? Well, a Y chromosome for one. All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong! Wrong! What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony! That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again! Saha! Loopholes! Take that, legal system! Order! Order, 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 order. Whoa, that's a lot of orders. You're in contempt of court! It's too late for wild claims! Judge, sustain my objection! I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. Woo! Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court! No, I am! If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me! Huh. Very well. Wow, Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya, why'd you go and do that? Ah, balderdash. Ha! I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in her or else. In her. Ugh. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Okay. If that's what I must do. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, please let this be correct. I don't really think of anything else. I mean, it's foggy. How would you possibly be able to see that? I mean, it was a very high-quality camera, and you only have your human eyes, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say objection! Got ya. Got ya, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? I got your fro, yo. Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? Huh? Is she wearing sandals? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet, now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it! I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. How did you do it? Does your fro possess magical powers? Is it more magical than a beard? You're right, it was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Huh. You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Okay, contramodictions, eh? Alright, let's see if I can figure something out. Alright, I really don't... I feel like I don't need to press certain things, but then maybe I do, I don't know. Okay, so you got you in your friggin' car. Why, is your turtleneck... Your camera? Yeah, it got an automatic. Back, for the love of poop-hang. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Ah, he's not letting her answer any of my questions. What a jerk. Okay, fine. And these binoculars were so freakishly amazing that you managed to see through fog? I think not, good sir. Or madame, as you are. Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Yeah. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case! You can't say that for certain! Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this! If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Sorry, got tongue-tied. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? I do indeed. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor, if for no other reason than the fact it went off twice. It is, perhaps, the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Or was it? Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Objection. Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, well, you see, objection. Okay, well, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Har, and then objection. There it is. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenge into... Oh, dude, really? Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. Yeah, that. Ugh. No unnecessary comments, please. Okay. Well, it's very clear that that piece of this is probably going to be important for something, but let's press this just to be on the safe side. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog, but you say you clearly saw him. I did, yeah. Enough! There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karmic objections I get. I'm gonna find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. Okay, well, that new piece of dialogue about the camera's obviously gotta be something. Pressing it doesn't do anything. So what? Am I supposed to bring up the fact that she was probably looking for the Loch Ness Monster here? Okay, hang on. Let me look through this stuff just one more time to make absolutely certain. I mean, the photo's not going to do anything. Do I present the camera on the camera? Wait a second! The camera is set automatically to be heard with loud noises. Meteor showers don't make loud noises. They don't make noise at all. Why would you have said it that way? Objection! You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? Says me. Couldn't be, then who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the star, Miss Hart. Oof. Okay, that's not the point I was going to make, but that's also a valid point, sure. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well, then, what exactly was she photographing? I have the evidence! Your Honor, take a look at this! What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? She was trying to take picture of... Take that! Of a weird sea creature! This is what you were trying to photograph! What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Do I have proof? I have proof! I'm gonna bluff my way through this! I have it! Proof! Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Here's proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster. I present the camera again because it was set for loud noises. I take that! This proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera! Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged, for whatever reason. It's really irrelevant to the point. I don't really care. The point is you weren't looking at the meteors, and I'm not sure how this is going to help me in court, but I'm rolling with it either way. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had to set your camera to respond to loud noises. Why isn't Von Karma objecting? Order! Order! I see. I, too, thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are you all that lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly! What you just said used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Jesus! You are a colossal jerk! But as she so said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true! You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. Well, that's true. You were trying to make sure that was stayed under wraps. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine. I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to, or otherwise I'm a pretty bad protagonist, and I'm gonna spot it. What exactly were you trying to hide, Mr. Fancy Britches? Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer there. Oh, so you're one of them kooks that likes to take photos of the UFOs. Imagine what a scuba did get if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Impossible. I found the contradiction. I saw it. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. And now this happens. The witness testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a researcher or photographer has no bearing on this case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. Yeah, well, that's a load of honky-tonk. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. But Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Yes, there was. She said she looked out at the lake, heard a shot, then looked at them again, and then saw the other shot. Why would she be looking at the lake if she never heard the shot to begin with? Secondly, mind you, if she had in fact heard a loud bang noise, she would probably be looking for Gordy, assuming that's what it was that made the noise. Why would she waste time looking at a boat? You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Ha ha! Very funny. My hairstyle will shank you. You understand this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Not entirely sure how I'm supposed to get an innocent verdict out of this. Maybe I'm just trying to invalidate everything she has to say. Okay, fine. You're not a research student. Whatever. You're an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. Oh, wait, I guess... The contradiction of which I thought was there is in fact not there. Okay, that's a problem. Let's see. Alright, fine. Well, let's hold this thing down and see what we can get. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I've never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. Huh. Okay. There wasn't much else to look at, but what about the Gordy? Aren't you interested in the Gordy? There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence? Witness! Continue! Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. I've never had a hush puppy. Is that any good? Alright, well, hang on. Let's see. Let me take a little gander at this thingamaro. I can't read the thing, but it's all about a loud bang. Am I really going to go so gung-ho that I'm just going to throw this out here and... You know what? Sure, why not? Let's go insane with this thing! Objection! Yeah. Miss Hart! Were you really looking at that boat? Holy cow, did I actually get that right? That was a shot in the dark. Literally. It's kind of a joke on the murder in place that I didn't even mean to do that. What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal! You want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Yeah. I sure hope this helps me out in court, because I don't really see how. Order! Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through the binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Looks like I might have figured it out. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching the boat. Till now. Wow. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Aha! Oh, wait, no. Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? Oh, right. Gumshoe said something about getting it enlarged. She took the photo and what? Wait a second. Yeah, Gumshoe! She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. That sounds useful. And... Oh, and Von Karma doesn't want us to see that enlarged photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? That is the million-dollar question. I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Make her show that dang-dong enlargement. It's vital. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Ah! Cosmic galactic burn. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? I'm trying to forge things so I win. Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. That's a left arm! Okay, yeah, we can't see the faces, but by Jove almighty, that is someone's left hand. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Yes, I found something! If Edgeworth's right hand fingerprints were all over it, how was he shooting with his left hand? That don't make no sense. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. Uh-huh. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Except no. And I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta hot. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to win when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Except no! There has to be a clue in this photo. Yeah, the dude's using his left hand. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Show other evidence! Wait! Your Honor! This evidence... I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence, but this enlargement... I see no point in retracing our steps. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Okay, well fine, then I'll just object to the enlargement because I see a flagrant contradiction! Come on, man, hurry up! Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement! What might that be? The left hand man! I'm yelling into the wee microphone thing. Yeah, come on. Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. It's the wrong hand, Brossifino! It's kind of hard to aim the crosshair. Would be easier on a touchscreen. And, ow, friggin'. Okay, that hurt. Ow, I bammed my hand against my freaking microphone. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Okay, let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the left hand contradicts. It contradicts the right hand and fingerprints is all over the pistol. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting this pistol in the photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. How you like them tostados? Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely! As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Miss Hart, the victim himself? Well, that's what Edgeworth thought. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! Although, how exactly would you shoot yourself through the heart? You know what? I don't even. Are you saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Huh. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option, except for that objection. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. And an arm isn't 3 feet at all. There's no way it could have been suicide. Well, maybe he had one of those reacher grabbers. I don't know. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course! I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Yeah, of course you did. Autopsy report updated. How has it been updated? Hang on, shut up. I need to look at the autopsy again. Approximately 1 meter away. Okay, so I guess that's what it meant. Whatever. See. Well, either way, Okay, so fine. He didn't kill himself, but we also have reason to think that Edgeworth didn't do it. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Sweet baby Jeebus, I managed to pull through for a single day. That is all. The court is adjourned. Whew, man. Phoenix Wright has so much dialogue to read. I forgot how exhausting it is. Okay, alright, well, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. But what? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. That's kind of a really bad thing to be joking about. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court record. Well, alright then. To be flippin' continued. Alright. Another day, another extraordinarily exhausting court procedure. Alright, well, in the next part, we're gonna do ourselves some more investigating. Hopefully figure some stuff out. Hopefully you'll all be there to see if I can manage to pull through in the end. I'll see you all then. Farewell.